Hi, welcome back to musictrainer.com. This is Rufus Philpott. We're going to look at interval studies today. Now, in some of the past segments that I've shown you, we've looked at different ways on working on left and right hand technique, just moving across the fingerboard and the neck, learning a 2-octave major scale. And within every scale, there are intervals to be found. Now, I'm going to explain to you a little bit about that. So let's look at the G major scale because we've looked at that in some previous examples. So here's G major again. Now, within that 1-octave scale, we can divide this up into intervals. Now, intervals refer to the distance between two notes. Now, the distance between a G and an A we call a second. That's the second note of the scale as well. We go 1, 2, 3. G to a B is the interval of a third. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interval of a fourth, G to C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. G to D. Interval of a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interval of a sixth, G to E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. G to F sharp. Interval of a seventh, a major seventh in this case. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's an octave. A G to the next G up, next highest G in the sequence. That's an octave. So, one of the things I was first taught by one of my earliest bass teachers was to practice playing a scale, like a major scale, in intervals of a third. So, the third is missing out and playing every other note in the scale. So let's say we go G, we miss out the next note in the scale, which would be an A, and we go straight to a B. G, B. And then we'd start on the next note of the scale. Now if we're in G, G, A is the next note in the scale. And we want to go A, and then a third above the A. Well, let's go up 3 notes in the scale. So G, A, B, and then A, B, C. So we get G, B, A, C. Then the next note on the scale is a B, B. We don't want to play C, we want to go B, miss out C and play D. Then C, miss out D, play E. D, miss out E, go to F sharp, D, F sharp. E, miss out F sharp and go to G. So we're playing every other note in the scale as a pair. So I'll run through this again. We go G to B, A to C, B, D, C, E, D, F sharp, E, G, F sharp, A, G. And those are all thirds. Like I say, we do that because we're playing one note, we're missing out the second note in the sequence, and then playing the third note, and we're doing these as pairs. This is a good, simple exercise. We can do that in reverse, too. G to E, F sharp, D, E, C, D, B, C, A, B, G. And this pattern we can play all across the instrument. If we pick a key or scale, we can just use this pattern and play it everywhere. That's what I did in the last example. I went G, B, A, C, B, D, C, E, D, F sharp, E, G. Now I shift here, F sharp, A, G. See, I'm back now to my second finger. Check that out again. Shift. Now I've run out of notes that I can play here. So B, D. The next note in the sequence is a C up to an E, but there's no E available to me unless I go to here. So I go B, D, then I shift to a C here. And that brings me up to a G there, 2 octaves above the G there. I'm going to play that again for you slowly. Now, as we do this too, notice I'm doing something else. I'm saying the names of the notes as I play them, and this is something that I've talked to you about in previous exercises that we've looked at. This is a really great way to learn the bass, learn the fingerboard, and especially when you start playing intervals like this. The reason for that is when we play scale, we're really running the notes of the alphabet in sequence. And obviously, in terms of musical notation, we have notes available from an A through to a G. Obviously, we don't have the note H in music, but we stop at a G and then the alphabet repeats again. So if we're starting on a G, G. Then we start the alphabet again. G, A, B, C, D, E, and it's F sharp, G. So we're really reciting the alphabet. Sometimes that's a little too easy and it doesn't really get us thinking enough about what we're playing. But once we start dealing in intervals, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, sevenths, we have to break up the alphabet. That really engages us much more in thinking about what we're playing. So if I have to actually actively think G to B, A, C, B, D, C, E, D, F sharp, E, G, my mind is working that much harder and I'm really having to think about what I'm playing. It really makes me think about what's under my hand on the neck of the bass. So let's try that idea playing thirds, and we're going to play it all the way from the low G here to the G here, okay? And I'm going to say the notes, and watch how I think of these notes as well and how I shift. So we'll do this really slow. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. G, B, A, C, B, D, C, E, D, F sharp, E, G, F sharp, A, G, B, A, C, B, D, C, E, D, F sharp, E, G. So notice where the shifts came. Up here, E, G, then I shifted to an F sharp, which meant when I hit the G again, I was back to my second finger, same as when I started here. Then my next shift came here when I was playing G, B, A, C, and then remember, B to D. I've run out of frets, run out of strings. So from here I've got to find a C. Now to me this is clumsy to go, and I see guys doing this, and I think it's very efficient. So I would do this, B to D, then I'd swap to my C here, same C. I go B, D, C, E, D, F sharp, E, G. We run that for you again, the whole thing, a little faster this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, B, A, C, B, D, C, E, D, F sharp, E, G, F sharp, A, G, B, A, C, B, D, C, E, D, F sharp, E, G. And obviously we can do that in reverse too, and that's a little more challenging. So I'm going to try that. First we can do this over 1 octave down here. Now, there's a couple of ways we can do this. In fact, I'd like to talk about this actually. As we're playing these examples, again, something that I learned from studying with a couple of classical musicians when I was growing up, was really getting inside a study piece or an exercise. So if you're learning to play something like this, like thirds, don't just stop at like the basic level of it. So to play this really is fairly easy once you spend a little time with the instrument. You just play. It's not hard at all. But if we get inside that exercise, there's so many different permutations to practice it, and that's what differentiates us from practicing in a kind of okay fashion and then really working hard on the instrument. So I'm going to show you this. So with thirds, for instance, playing them in reverse. So the easiest way to do that is like this. So instead of starting on the G here, I'm going to start on the G an octave higher. Remember, the one here, 5th fret of your D string, there's the G. So if we play them in reverse, we start on the G, and we go down a third. So remember, we go 1, 2, 3. So 3 notes down in the scale. G to E, F sharp, jump down to D, E, jump down to C, D, jump down to B, C, down to A, B, G, and so on. I'll run that a little more smoothly now and continuously. So 1, 2, 3, 4. G, E, F sharp, D, E, C, D, B, C, A, B, G, and so on. Play that up here too if you like. Here's your G here. G, E, F sharp, D, E, C, D, B, C, A, B, G. Exactly the same fingering pattern. Again now down here. So that's a way to play descending thirds.